Fee rates are marketing. Oracle Freshness is execution quality. That's the argument I want to make today, as directly as I can. Because most traders are optimizing for the wrong number, and it costs them more than they realize. Let me start with what slippage actually is. Slippage is the gap between the price you expected and the price you got. On an order book venue, this gap comes from depth. You expected to fill at the top of the book, but your size walked up the curve and cleared multiple levels. The mechanism is visible. The order book shows you what you're working through. On an Oracle-referenced perp, the mechanism is different. There's no order book to walk. Execution price is derived from the Oracle feed. So when there's a gap between the price you expected and the price you got, it doesn't come from depth, it comes from time. The Oracle was reporting a price that no longer matched the market at the moment your transaction settled. That's Oracle staleness slippage. Same outcome, different mechanism. And unlike order book slippage, it's invisible. Here's what the invisible version looks like in practice. The market moves 0.3% in 1.5 seconds. Your Oracle hasn't updated. You open a long at the Oracle's last reference price. The market was already 0.3% above that when your transaction landed. You didn't just pay the execution fee, you also donated 0.3% to Oracle lag. It doesn't appear on your receipt. It doesn't show in the fees paid field. It shows up later when you review the trade and realize the mark price moved against you immediately after entry, before the market did anything to justify it. Most traders attribute this to bad timing or noise. Some of it is, but some of it is Oracle lag, and the two are not the same thing. Why do you attribute it to the market? Because the interface hides it. When you get filled at a worse price than you expected, your natural read is, the market moved against me. That's partially true. The market did move. But the question worth asking is, did it move before or after my Oracle updated? If the Oracle updated before your fill, the execution was fair. If the Oracle lagged, some of what you're calling market movement was actually stale data, a snapshot of reality that had already expired before your transaction hit. You don't get a breakdown. The two are indistinguishable in the interface. So the full cost of Oracle staleness stays invisible, absorbed silently into the friction your trading performance has to overcome. Now let me make the argument plainly. A protocol with 0.04% maker fees and 1.6-second average Oracle staleness is not offering better execution than a protocol with 0.05% maker fees and 0.086-second average Oracle staleness. Not in volatile markets, not on high leverage positions. The visible fee comparison ignores the invisible cost, and the invisible cost can dwarf the visible one. Think about what 1.6 seconds of staleness means in a fast-moving market. If the market is moving at 0.1% per second, your Oracle can be 0.16% behind reality at the moment of execution. At 50x leverage, that 0.16% becomes 8% of your position value, not as a fee, just as the price you're getting versus the price the market was at. That's not a minor rounding error. That's a structural disadvantage baked into every trade. Fee rates are a marketing surface. They're easy to display, easy to compare, easy to advertise. Execution quality is harder to measure. Oracle Freshness doesn't appear on a comparison chart, but it's the number that actually determines how much you pay in aggregate across all the moments when the market is moving and your fill references a stale reference price. The traders who figure this out stop optimizing for the fee rate they can see and start caring about the execution quality they can't. LeverUp's Pyth Pro integration is an execution quality decision. When LeverUp upgraded from Pyth Core to Pyth Pro, measured Oracle staleness dropped from 1.676 seconds to 0.086 seconds, a 19.5 times improvement in feed freshness. 91.4% of Pyth Pro samples showed zero measured staleness. What that number means in practice: every trade you open or close references Oracle pricing that is, on average, 19.5 times fresher than it was before the upgrade. That compresses the window in which stale pricing can create invisible drag. It doesn't eliminate the risk. No feed is infinitely fast, but it shrinks the surface area substantially. The 19.5 times figure is not a vanity benchmark. It represents how much less invisible slippage traders are absorbing on every trade. In markets that move, and markets always move eventually, that is the number that matters. For the full methodology on how Oracle staleness was measured, and for the broader data on Pyth Pro versus Pyth Core on Monad Mainnet, the B3 Oracle upgrade announcement has everything. And for a deeper look at how staleness flows through to entries, mark price and liquidation specifically, the M4 article on stale pricing covers that in detail. Both are in the show notes. As always, not financial advice. See you in the next one.